Hello, new subscribers, friends, and fellow sisters. My name is Jay, and welcome to PCOS and Me. Today, I will be recapping our very first video titled Unexpected Pregnancy with PCOS. Be sure to check out the link in this video's description. I will also be discussing quitting my part-time job and my baby shower concerns. But first, here's a word from our sponsors. Girl, I know you're recording with all your fancy equipment and all that good stuff. I just have to know where you got your shirt from. I was actually about to ask you the same thing. This old thing? Yes, that old thing. I got my shirt from WJAYTV.com. Check out our PCOS and Me merchandise, now available on WJAYTV.com. God had given me a miracle. He gave me news that only He could give me. And I stand before you today, 8 weeks and 5 days pregnant, with a baby I wasn't planning. The video clip you just watched is from our very first video, which we shot 14 weeks ago. In that video, I was expressing my feelings about finding out that I was pregnant for the first time. At the time of the video, I was 8 weeks pregnant, and everything was extremely overwhelming to me at that time, but it was definitely a joyous time. When I reflect on my days, my prior days of having PCOS, I remember feeling like I was basically making D's throughout my life. And the reason I'm saying D's is because the three feelings I always felt were delay, denial, and depression. Like I felt those feelings interchangeably. And it made me feel like I was flunking out in a sense because of how repetitive those feelings were. And it seemed as if nothing positive would ever replace those feelings. I am extremely grateful for this new beginning that, this pregnancy has paved for me. That first video also helped to recall a lot of feelings that I hadn't felt in a long time. When I was going through the fertility treatments and everything, I had kind of put a lot of those feelings out of my mind when I was recording the first video because I was trying to focus more on the positive side of things. But talking about how I felt when I was going through everything just brought back a lot of memories. And one thing about having PCOS is a condition that, makes you feel like you're by yourself, like you're in this box all by yourself, when you're really not. Because, 1 in 10 women are diagnosed with PCOS. So it's more of us in this I guess you can call it a club in a sense. It's more of us in this club than not really. So that's something that I didn't really realize until I was this age. I am appreciative of this journey that I'm on because I like the idea of helping people deal with things that are uncomfortable. I like to call PCOS my mountain. Right now I'm climbing up that mountain. I may not have reached the top of it yet, but I'm climbing up that mountain so that I can see the other side. And whether you've got PCOS or not, there's some type of mountain in your life that you're trying to overcome. And I guess that's one reason why I'm so gung-ho about helping, because I know that these videos will not just help people with PCOS, but people dealing with anything that's standing in front of them and presenting itself as a threat when it's really not that, especially once you break it down. One thing that I've been dealing with lately is my changing body. I have noticed swelling in my hands and in my feet. My hands and my feet both tingle a lot, and I don't know, with me not experiencing this before now, I kind of freak out a little bit sometimes when it happens. But I've seen exercises that help my hands, help reduce the swelling in my hands. As far as my feet go, I just keep them elevated so that I can not feel as much discomfort in my legs. I'm also noticing changes in my face. My face has gotten fatter. I look different. Of course my stomach's bigger too, but the stomach is really the only thing I was kind of preparing myself for. Everything else has kind of been like a, kind of a reality check or whatever. But I'm appreciative of the changes that are happening in my life. I'm really grateful that my body is changing, because that means that my baby's growing. So as long as my baby's growing, I could care less about what changes it makes to me, because I mean, truth be told, my life will be better once the baby gets here. It's not like I was better without him or her. So, you know, I'm grateful. I also recently quit my part-time job, and what that signifies to me is me reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my life. For as long as I can remember, I've always had at least 2 jobs. Sometimes I've even had 3. I am the type of person that likes the security of having extra income. I haven't always needed it, you know, but I like the idea of having it just for the sake of having it. I've had 2 jobs for half my life. It finally got to the point where I was feeling very overwhelmed. I was missing out on quality in my life, as far as like having off days and just having time for myself to do what I need to do for me. It was just taking a lot out of me. There was a time in my life when I would work every holiday except Christmas. A lot of times I knew that people with families wanted to spend time with their families. I would oftentimes volunteer to take their shift so that they could be at home with their families. I wasn't really concerned with spending a whole lot of time with mine, because my family's really not that big. And I also felt at the time that, okay, well, I'd rather be making money, which was kind of selfish now that I think about it, but that was what I was experiencing at that time. I feel relieved having quit that part-time job. It's only been a few days, but I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. I also have baby shower concerns. At first, I was really excited about having a baby shower, but with the COVID cases rising, the number of COVID cases rising, I'm more concerned about the safety of my guests, whether they're vaccinated or not vaccinated. I don't want to subject anybody that I care about to unseen and unknown issues like this disease. I'm very nervous right now. I really don't want to go in public like I was starting back doing, as far as even going to the store. I don't want to be bothered with being outside the house unless I'm going to work. I know that the shirt I'm wearing says faith is greater than fear. I know this. I just feel like it's important, even if you believe in God, it's important to use common sense when you're doing things, and it's just not smart to be exposed to a lot of people right now. Right now, it's just not the time. I know that a couple of vlogs ago, I was saying, oh, well, I'm going to be more relaxed with the mask wearing and all that stuff, but I'm kind of back to my old ways of wanting to keep that mask on all the time. I feel like being safe is better than being dead. I really hope that this pandemic just disappears, you know, sooner than later, but it may last a little bit longer than we want it to. But I really hope that everything gets better soon. And remember, PCOS is not a death sentence, but a reconstructed new beginning. Take care.